And while he's starting the camera, did you have any questions before we got started, or did you just want to let it be a natural flowing conversation? Or
yeah, let's let it take its natural course.
Hey, I love it. Don't fight it. Just ride the current.
That's right. That's right.
And here's Durden.
All right.
What kind of name is that, Durden?
Fictional. It's a stage name. I came up with it to. A lot of employers didn't. I felt like when they'd see my name on the resume and then they'd look me up, I wouldn't get a call back when they see what I was doing on my free time with a camera. Right. So yeah, I had to separate the worlds. It's inspired from a Fight Club.
Okay.
And then Godfrey is because I'm an atheist. So I'm
yeah, me too.
Look at you too.
Ha, yeah.
Whoa! I'm cool with atheists. It's cool. Hey, I love everybody, man. Make love, not war.
He's got 1 foot out the door.
I'm half and half. I'm the Arnold Palmer of the crew.
Okay. What does TTFT stand for?
That's the fucking trailer.
It's,
See, it plays, right? It plays.
He got it from Tropic Thunder, and it's something that anytime
we've been filming for so long, anytime I do a scene and I feel like I've killed it, even if I haven't, and he yells cut, I'll be like, "That's the fucking trailer," and I just walk off like, "We're not doing it again. It's me." One time.
Right, come on back. Let's safety.
Yes.
If you look at the picture behind me that I'm looping in for the moment, that door at the upper left, through that door down a little hall, that's where I am right at this very moment.
So everything that's happening now is happening now.
I was walking down 9th Avenue in Manhattan a couple of years ago, and somebody screamed out my name, and it was Paul Guilfoyle, who's an actor who was in Howard the Duck. And Paul is a great guy and a really distinguished New York actor. He was on NCIS Las Vegas for years and years and years. And he called out my name, and he said that he was on a bus, and he saw me walking down 9th Avenue from the rear with this jacket on. And he was like, "God damn it, who's wearing that jacket?" And he got off the bus, and he was like ready to go up and confront this guy, and it was me. It was like, Paul, Funny.
Oh my goodness, great!
Yeah,
I love that jacket. It's the best jacket I've seen on this show in 3 seasons. right
in it. But I mean,
we're in it. We're there.
What are you guys? What is your shirt here? You're very small on what I've got going here.
I'm gonna let him describe what this shirt is.
Well, with 2007, we made a cartoon called Handy Quack about a duck that is handicapped and also really crude. And we thought that Howard the Duck would be the perfect opportunity to bring Handy Quack out of retirement.
Why not?
Why not? The jackets, the shirts. I mean, hey,
it's a theme.
Watch Mighty Ducks when I get off.
Oh, there you go.
Oh man, you're like my Marvel Snowden over here. He's just bringing out like I got something for you.
Hold on one moment for you. Let me reset the
camera. He's resetting the camera. So
okay,
10 seconds there, man. You got it. I feel like he's been waiting on this call for 30 years. Like I knew they'd come calling.
You're really right. You're really right about that. No, because who the fuck knows what a duck coach is? I mean, it's crazy.
Now we do, and we're all the better for it. Give me one moment. I'm going to reset the camera real quick, and we'll move on.
You guys are good to speak to. You really, I mean, you have a love for this stuff, and you have an affection for each other. It's great.
Well, we just wish that all the guests. We love our guests, but your energy, it's like you've been in the pre-production meeting with us. You can tell somebody who's worked behind set before you're like, "Hey, all right, let's go, let's do it." All right, he's gonna get the camera started first. Did you have any questions before we got started? Or did you just kind of want to go into it?
We'll wing it. We'll see what happens.
We're gonna fly if we're gonna wing it then.
All right then.
We are going to fly.
Are we going to fly or are we going to torpedo?
No, fly. Wings. It takes 2 wings to fly. He said he's gonna wing it. There we go. Okay.
We're already sporting the similes and analogies here.
Yes,
metaphors.
Yes, we are. Yes. All right.
I wanted to ask you guys. You both have projects going on right now. Because I looked you up too. The Manson Lane series and the John Marcus story. Is this what you guys do.
Man.
Oh, wow.
You're turning the tables on us.
Yeah.
Well, I'm just curious. I mean,
I'll speak on the John Marcus project, and I guess you can speak on Manson Lane. John Marcus is a completed project that I directed. It was about a gentleman who got in a car accident after school, and he became a C5, C6 quadriplegic, and so he basically wound up starting to tell his story, and he almost committed suicide. And it was generally telling his story is what made him a better person. And now he's a public speaker. He goes around doing trial, and it was a passion project for me because it really, the first time I had directed, and I bought you go to these hospitals, you go out there and you really submerge yourself into something like that. And I loved it. So thank you so much for bringing that up.
Oh yeah, you bet. Documentaries are tough.
Oh yeah.
And Manson Lane was like the answer to us being very bogged down into the technical details of filmmaking. We just finished the feature production.
Yeah.
And it was like, everything was very like to the book about it. And there was a lot of hands involved. And when we got done with that, we just kind of wanted to do something that was more loose. We wanted to bring some people from that production that we enjoyed working with into Manson Lane. And it was essentially, we flew too close to the sun. We did. It was essentially like when we get together and shoot, it was just kind of like, we embraced like the Andy Warhol style of just, anything goes and come as you are, and
be prepared.
Was it improvised or scripted or both?
Both. Yeah, we'd have a loose script, and then everybody would do the different things that there was a lot of alcohol and just. We filmed the episode on like a Saturday and a Sunday, and it really wasn't the production that was getting too hard on us. It was all of the things that we would consume during the production. It was like, we can't keep doing this every weekend.
Right. Work was being done somehow in between there. But no, it was, I'd say this, the best way to put it, after we did our project called I'm Going to Kill Someone this Friday, we'll be reviewing that later this season. Mm-hmm. We really just wanted to just have fun. It's like school's out for summer. Let's not forget why we fell in love with film. Let's just go out there and, because we had been working together for years. So we knew we got our crew together, we can kick ass and take names. And I think we did.
Yeah. Cool. When you just try things like that, that's when you end up learning something. When you like put yourself in a playground where you're able to just experiment, you can bring some things that you learn into the next serious project that you tackle.
I totally agree with you. Most people do it when they're kids and they're in film school or they're whatever, but when you bring chops to it, it's a whole different story. That's kind of cool. Anyway, didn't mean to bog you down with your own.
No, we've never been asked, so thank you. I appreciate that.
Sure.
Thank you. Do we want to bring this up over here? Or?
Yeah.
All right. And we are good to go. He said he really didn't have any questions. He's like, we're going to wing it. Icarus, coming in with your own analogies here. All right.
There we go.
All right. Rock it.
All right. We'll do intro in 3, 2.
Would this be a good, as you were doing the reset, or?
Yeah.
I'm gonna let you weirdly explain it. I'm just it's movie magic love. Watch. I'm just gonna watch. Okay. I'm still here for you. I'm not here, but here.
Okay. I do apologize. Yeah. His daughter is graduating, going off to college. They're doing a birthday. Can you shut the door?
Sorry. I'm so unprofessional.
They're doing a birthday dinner tonight, so you got me for the rest of our conversation.
Oh, all right. Well, it's good talking with him. Okay.
Yeah, he had he stayed literally until 7. He was supposed to be there at 7. It's 6:59 here, so
okay.
He's very optimistic when it comes to being able to get somewhere. He's never on time. So.
All right. Okay. He's okay.
It's interesting. I think Brandon, you just watched it today for the first time, right?
Yeah, I finished like 20 minutes before I hopped on here. So
Royal and I grew up on it. We both watched it when we were younger, but hadn't revisited it until for this episode. And James, you watched it. This is the first video.
I had seen bits and pieces of it, but only watched it like in its entirety after I was invited on. So, and I've seen it twice now.
And I think you're the only one here who Howard the Duck is actually older than, right?
Yeah. I was born in 2000. Movie was in 86.
So I think we'll have a very interesting discussion between like first time viewers, people that have the nostalgia of it. And Ernie, I'm assuming that you're a fan, considering you are devoting your time and energy to creating a documentary about it.
Well, if I wasn't, I'd be a fool.
Okay. Ernie's like, what the fuck did you bring me in here for? I love this film. All right, we're
actually, the funny thing is, when I saw the film in '86, I thought it was okay. I mean, I wouldn't call myself like a huge fan, but I thought it was okay. I liked it,
right?
But it wasn't until I got older where I could appreciate what they were going for and actually saying, I actually like it. But back then, I'm thinking it's like, same.
Kobe and James, I'm so disappointed in you. Now, granted, Thor: The Dark World is probably one of the worst Marvel films out there, but I am not watching Howard the Duck. I'm sorry, Ernie. You seem like a cool guy. I am not watching this again versus any of the 22 movies out of the Infinity Gauntlet.
I'd watch it over Wonder Woman 1984 any day.
You may find yourself watching it again after Howard the Duck comes out. So
Wonder Woman 1984 is like torture.
Oh, it is.
I didn't seem to hate that movie as much as the rest of the world did, but it's not good.
Yeah,
it's not good at all.
It's not the acting, it's the story. It's so fucking good.
Yeah.
The first one was so fucking good. How do you make Gal Gadot? I love seeing her, man. Gosh.
So rough.
Yes. All right, guys, we're coming to the last part here as soon as Mr. Durden sits back down. Dark Phoenix. Why did the whole world hate Dark Phoenix? It was all right.
It was boring. It was boring and not.
It was the same shit over.
It was
totally got the sense they do.
How the fuck do you do
Everybody's
that?
talking all at the same time.
Jesus.
You knew this was the last one that Fox was going to do, so nobody gave a shit.
That makes sense. There's like, we're not going to throw endless money at this that we're going to lose anyway.
I don't think you will get.
Yeah, they knew mutants did it.
We still got to finish out our contracts. Damn it.
That was fucking horrible.
I haven't seen that.
That's cool. You don't have to.
Also, guys, what I really loved about this is if you can notice, again, I mentioned earlier, this is a George Lucas film. And if you notice the font that comes in, even the music and the score, the font when they come in, it's like, all right, we still paid this much money to ILM or whoever did our font. We're going to use it for Howard the Duck too. Go ahead. So it's like some media junket that they were able to use for that. So that was awesome. Also, if you notice here, in the movie Predator 2, I connected Predator 2 and Howard the Duck. How the fuck did I do that? Well, the scene in the beginning where Howard the Duck is pulled through that hallway and the old people are sitting in bed watching TV shows, that's a direct, it's not a callback, but later on when they did Predator 2, he runs through a similar red hallway and there's an old lady watching a TV show. I think Arsenio Hall or somebody like playing in the background. So that was loosely based on that hallway, but I really love that.
It was also a little Ferris Bueller-y too.
Oh, definitely.
When he's racing his dad home and running through the houses.
Oh yeah, don't get me started.
You're just kind of getting these micro moments of people's lives in their house as something barrels through it.
With that being said,
I did not know that about the mutants.
That's what I'm here for. Do you know about the Lucas effect? Remember I told you they did the Star Wars font? Mm-hmm. Well, that villain in the end, he did a lot of Jedi mind tricking, moving things with his hands and stuff. So there's your loose George Lucas Star Wars connection. There's stuff here, brother. I had to find something. The Force was not with him, though. And with that being said, one thing I really fucking love here, I'm going to give you a little, it's not an Austin Powers reference, but what I really loved is that my guy Seth Green. Seth Green voiced Howard the Duck in Guardians of the Galaxy 1 and 2, and then he also voiced he also voiced Howard the Duck in Marvel's What If. Now the beautiful part about that is that I was going to do this later. Actually, I'm going to save that last part for later. Okay. I'm going to save that, but yeah, he did those two things. So there's a connection there as far as Howard the Duck. Okay. Oh, there we go. If you notice, do you remember a scene in the film where which I really thought was one of the more brilliant scenes in the film, if there were that many, is when they kind of explained when Tim Robbins explained how the duck evolved. And it kind of actually made sense, like from the human perspective. Well, the reason why I loved it, if you look in the background, the reason why I love that all those exhibits, they're in a museum. He's like, maybe when I get my own museum, I'm like, oh, that kind of reminds me of Night at the Museum. You know why that's beautiful? Because Mr. Robin Williams was originally supposed to voice the duck who played one of the generals in Night at the Museum. So I really love that connection there.
That one part where he's showing the evolution of the duck in Howard's planet, the final version, the most evolved version of the duck, it kind of resembled the comic book version of
the
Howard
Duck. 100% correct. 100% correct.
You can like Garbage Pail Kids. You can like Steel. You can like Green Lantern. You can like Dark Phoenix. I like Howard the Duck. There's nothing wrong with that. So
yeah, I mean, I know we dogged it a lot, but I mean, we only cover movies on this show that we appreciate, that we have some kind of admiration for. But
I totally get it being dogged. I mean, but I've seen worse. I always like ask people. I was like, it's like, what is your point of comparison to say this is the worst comic book movie ever? Am I thinking it's like, Fantastic Four, Roger Corman is terrible, but I still like it in a way. So
yeah.
So it's like, but that Steel, that hands down worse than Howard the Duck.
Shazam.